stay cause you feel something real. Get so lost in my moments. Doesn't mean I don't need you. I fell in love with your colors. They kinda tell me what I'm thinking. I fell in love with the way we are and the way we lose it. There's something different about us, and the reason why we stay. We fly around like paper planes. We never know where we will fall. Nobody can see us, still they wanna tear us apart. There's something different about the way we are. There's something different about us. There's something different about us. There's something.
Short.
Tell us when you. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of TNT Footy. We were a little bit off track there, talking other stuff before we hit the go live. Now,
He just gave us a late twitch then.
That's why I asked you, like, are you ready? And you're like, yep. And then Taz said,
Yeah, I
yep.
said I was ready, and he's just let us know. Let us know.
That's good. It's good. How are you, boys?
Very well.
Yeah, not
thank
too
you.
bad.
Very
I
well.
figure I stop the introduction because by round 23, you think everyone knows.
Well, they do, but you keep buggering up, so maybe they don't. Yeah,
Yeah,
don't think
all
you've
right,
said it
Taz,
once
shut
right
up.
Welcome,
yet.
Artie. Welcome, Jolly. Welcome,
We're
everyone,
probably
to the chat.
probably good to practice for next year, mate, so we don't bugger it up every week.
Yeah, all right. Calm down. Calm down. How are we, boys?
Very well.
No,
thank
good,
you.
mate. Step North
Excellent.
copped a flogging this week.
Yeah, a bit disappointing there. We'll touch on that, of course. But before we get into it, massive congratulations, Egi, to your daughter.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. In her first grand final.
In the
Yep,
first
plays
year playing first grand
week.
final.
Yeah, I know. She's going to think it's easy coming next year, and then
Yeah.
she's going to make finals, and she's like, what's going on?
Why am I stop
I'm just-
playing?
I'm just surprised they've got winners and losers in that league.
Yeah, well, it's the start of it. Like, under 12 girls, I think it's under 11s for boys. But the girls jump in 2 year in intervals because of how many people they can get in the teams. They're usually a bit short if they go year by year.
Okay.
But they've got
I
to
think
keep
they should have
score.
it for
It's got
ages, personally, but I'm not a parent.
You think they should what?
I think that they should have winners and losers, but I'm not a
Yeah,
parent.
no, same deal.
Yeah,
They've
I
got to
think so
teach
too.
kids something. They've got to teach them. Otherwise, people are going to think it's like I do understand it's about playing and having fun, but then they're going to start playing junior footy and what's going on? This isn't fun. We keep losing.
Well, that's the concerning thing about it, is that's what's going to happen. You know what I mean?
And they're all going to get shits because, they're picking on me because we lost, but we didn't lose. We were just playing like we normally did. We're all
Correct.
winners, aren't we?
Do you know what's trending on TikTok at the moment is a lot of the Gen Alpha, so the ones after Gen Z, going back to like the old school, not being in front of technology, being outside, doing all that sort of shit. I think that's fantastic.
good. Well, as I bring up that, like, after the game, we hang around because there was 2 other PSL teams that played after us, but they didn't get the as good outcome as we did. But all the girls seemed to be rolling around in the bushes and like going through the bush and going through the creek, and I thought that was pretty.
That's fantastic. That's
Yeah,
just
it's good,
full
yeah.
circle.
Yep, full circle.
Well, that's it. We got too reliant on technology, the young kids, and
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Big show again. Round 23 results. Moisty's minute, which is going to be a little bit different tonight. We've got Eggy's deep
Moisty's all
dive.
Australian tonight, has he?
We've got viewer.
You say it's Eggy's deep dive, but I think it's Taz's deep dive because
Yeah, Taz has taken over.
Yeah, he's requested it.
Well, it's anyway. And then we've got viewer question.
Question.
And last but not least, we'll go through the tipping results.
Beautiful. Well, it was very weird week of football this week. No one wants to play finals.
Not at
No.
all. But before you do that, though, if you haven't liked our socials or liked this video or subscribed to us on YouTube, please do it. We will love you forever.
Thanks to Avon, they're posting up now because I had it up on another screen, but accidentally closed it and have to close our video chat for it to reopen it
For it to
again.
prop it up, yeah.
It's all right, mate. You don't want to look at our ugly faces anyway. And next week, we will be drawing the winner
The winner of the shirt.
of
winner
the
of
shirt.
shirt.
Sorry, Artie, I can't do it.
Is the stream up and running? Because I can't seem to get it.
Yeah, mate, I've got it. You're
Yep,
just
got it.
We're waiting
technologically,
on TNT.
you're just technologically challenged.
Sure am.
I think he's just challenged full circle. No.
This is true. This is very true. All
Welcome,
right.
Zoe. Oh, and Artie.
Welcome, guys. Welcome.
Welcome, everyone.
Few of us on the winners list tonight. I mean, not out of us three, but
Well, you are.
the others in chat.
Yes.
I think I need to make myself a bit
Yeah,
smaller.
well,
'cause-
Doc, I think Carlton gave us one back from a couple of years ago and put the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, no, I think they nearly have.
Yep.
Think it's
Unless we
pretty
can, we
close.
can Melbourne, beat Melbourne by 300 points. And
Yeah,
Carlton
it's not that
lose,
much.
but-
You've only got a couple of 100 points, I think. So maybe 130, 140.
But even if they win, they go up anyway. I think Carlton's got the Saints, and I think Hawthorn have got. North
I
Melbourne.
don't think Carlton beat Saints though. Saints pretty. We'll get into this in a minute, but St Kilda looked fantastic in that second half.
They do. They do. Let's start with Friday night, boys. Essendon,
Alright.
Sydney. Pretty lackluster first half, and then Sydney just went bang.
Well, it was a good first half from Essendon. They sort of held Swans right, and then the Swans from preseason just went. It was Heaney and Parker. They put Heaney and Parker in the middle, and in that third term, they had 24 touches and 3 goals between them.
That's huge. Absolutely huge. Do you reckon Henny will get votes?
Yes, easy.
Three goals, 22 touches.
Does he still get votes now, or do
Yeah, he's still giving votes if he's best on. They still
do umpire second and think, oh, we won't give it to him because he's out anyway.
well, maybe, but I don't think they can.
Yep.
It's still, but he won that game for them.
Yeah, 100%.
He set the game up. He won that game. They probably don't win it
Like last week,
Yeah.
they beat the Pies. He turned up in the last quarter and
and won the game.
Yep.
I think he gets 3 votes last week as well,
Huge.
which is going to be dangerous because we're going to have a Brownlow medalist that can't win it.
Potentially. He had a bit of a quiet period there, but he came out all guns blazing. The first half of the year.
The first 6 rounds or something.
Yeah. I think he's 8 votes in front by round 6.
He could have put it to bed within those rounds. You just don't know. You just don't know. But Sydney now clear on top, game ahead. Well,
Yep.
I mean, they were anyway, but they've cemented
But
top
they're
spot.
a game and percentage, so they
Yeah.
can't get knocked off. Even if
Correct.
they lose, they can rest everyone and lose by 100 points and they still make top spot.
Yeah, there's no way the next team's going to make up 12% in Port Adelaide.
No.
And Port Adelaide have got to go over to Freo to beat Freo, who are on the verge of trying to make finals as well.
And Freo's going to want to win to make finals.
Yep.
So Port Adelaide are going to be a tough journey for them over there.
Bloody hell. Do you know, right down, so Geelong, Brisbane, Western Bulldogs, Hawthorn and Carlton can all still finish top 4.
I did know that.
Far out. That is
That's
just
crazy.
nuts. Absolutely nuts. All right. Essendon season, pretty ordinary. Standard stuff.
Well, they looked good in patches, but then you listen to Tim Watson, who's an Essendon enough, and you look at the percent. They've got the 4th worst percent in the AFL. That's where they belong. They've had a good patch. They've played well in games and won games they probably shouldn't have.
I thought they recruited well. They recruited for what they needed. What do you think happened this half of the year?
Those players stopped playing good football.
All of them?
Mackay's been a handicap down back.
Yep.
Dow, who else did they recruit? So Mackay's been a handicap down back.
Dersma.
Dersma's been okay, but he's been off the park most of the week. Hasn't
Yep.
played every round. Who was the other one they recruited? They got one more. Oh, Goldstein. And Goldstein's not playing.
Nah, he's
Hasn't been
playing
playing
twos,
for
isn't he?
4 or 5 weeks. So what's the point of getting him in? Like, they were dominating when he was in the ruck. They stopped picking him and they've started losing.
Yeah. Because of Draper, I think. That's the only reason I can think of.
Well, it's Draper and Bryant. They won't want to lose Bryant.
Are they playing Brian over Goldie?
Bryant's, playing over Bryant. He played on the weekend.
and Anthony's been saying Essendon are fraud since round 1. I think our panelist Taz has been saying the same. And he also just put Gresham.
I've been trying to get behind him. 'cause I need him.
Gresham. That's
Gresham
right.
and probably handicap there too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's got Essendon and Geelong biggest frauds and pretenders.
Oh, I don't think Geelong are. You can't put
Yeah.
Geelong in that group, but
What I
get
did
to
like
them
about
soon.
Essendon is Dan does footy explaining the Essendon edge and where they fall off the edges. Where
Oh,
has
yes, the
that
cliff.
was
Yeah.
hilarious.
How good was it?
Yeah.
Oh, and also though, our TikTok's been doing okay lately too,
Oh,
with a
has it?
few of the little green screen ones we're doing. So
Yeah.
we might keep doing those. If
Yeah,
you
keep 'em
haven't
up.
seen them, jump on, have a look.
I'll have to jump on and get a look. I haven't seen them either.
Yeah.
They're a bit amusing, mate. Bit
Bit
amusing.
amusing.
All right, next game, Gold Coast Melbourne. What a freaking surprise this was.
Well,
yeah.
this was probably the letdown because I watched the other game.
Well, and it was. I watched the other game because it was a cracking game.
So this is what we don't like. 2 games prime time on a Saturday. Not prime time, but 2 games that had finals consequences that we wanted to watch both.
Yep, it's very. We've touched on it for the last 4 weeks, so we won't we won't go on about it. But it's just very poor scheduling by the AFL.
But Gold Coast
But
haven't
Gold
lost
Coast-
at home all year.
Well, they had. They
Brisbane.
did to Brisbane, so that's 2 in a row they've lost now at home.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just imploding. They might be doing it for picks. I don't know, but they look pretty ordinary.
And what about Luco? Think he's gone?
Oh,
He not get picked again?
No, playing VFL.
Yeah, gone.
So I think so. I think writing's on the wall.
He is
Well,
out.
actually, I think someone put a bid in for him as well last week. They were talking about it on SEN. Oh, Norton come up. Stop using Norton, so I don't know what's coming up. And yeah, the coach just they said they put a bid in for him. They go, oh no, just because we're not playing him, he's worth more than that. Come on, why aren't you playing them? Then?
Well, this is exactly what Carlton did for Fisher last year. Oh, we're not playing him, but we want a fucking Lamborghini for him.
Yeah, correct.
We're not going to trade nothing for him, but you're not playing him.
Yeah,
You're gonna
100%.
doing nothing. But oh no, he's worth more than that to you. Well,
Well, there's talk.
Anthony's just put, I'd take him at Carlton. Jay Martin gone, Jay Luco in.
I don't know if I would personally. I think
well, he's not fitting the age profile of Carlton. I don't think.
yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He definitely is. It's just I think after today we've sort of got Kemp that should be that third tall forward. But yeah, anyway, we just don't know still. We do not know. But apparently he's open to going to South Australia or Victoria. So watch this space. Jack Viney, huge game. Huge game. 2 goals, 30 disposals. Not often he sort of has games like that because he's normally behind Petrarca and Oliver.
Well, he's the man now. So for the last 6 or 7 weeks, 6 weeks at least, he's been doing that.
And he's got a target on him too.
Yes. And he's coming to the blue and white.
That's what I mean by a target.
So they can't keep all 3, I don't think. Melbourne. I don't think Viney wants to stay if the other 2 are staying, but if one of the other 2 leaves, he stays. That's my opinion on that.
Yeah, potentially. But Daniel Turner, big game, 4 goals, and Van Rooyen. Van Rooyen's actually been all right this year.
Yeah,
He's been going real good.
Yeah, I've been pretty impressed with the way he plays.
Missing, but see whether they can keep him.
And then you got Maxi Gorn.
Yep.
Definitely still pushing all Australian.
I don't think he is. He had too bit of quiet.
Too much in the middle, you reckon?
Yeah, too much in the middle where he did nothing. He probably will on his name alone. And if
Potentially.
he gets picked this year, it's on name alone. It is
Well,
not
apparently, according to Champion Data, he's having one of the best years of his career.
in champion data. There's 3 ruckmen ahead of him.
Yeah,
If you're
Sherry.
going on Cherry Rush,
Cameron.
the number 1 ranked ruckman.
Yep.
Jerry's second, and then it's
Ron Marshall.
no Marshall's 1,
Oh,
Cherry's 2, and who was the other one in front of him? I think it
Cameron
was
was-
Grundy.
Wasn't
Grundy was
Darcy
still
Cameron,
in
no?
front of him. Oh, maybe Darcy Cameron as well. There might be 4 in front of him, but he's
Far
like the
out.
5th or 6th ranked ruckman if you're going on champion data, which we don't rank it on champion data.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. Yeah, right. Insane. All right, that was a bit of a nothing game anyway. Neither team can make finals, so we'll just keep moving on. Next game, GWS Fremantle. This is apparently a cracker. I didn't see any of it.
It was
I
a
didn't see any video, but
cracker of a
I'll
game.
listen to most of it. Was it
Do you want to give us the fill in?
Yeah, I loved this game. It was a close game all day. It's what you wanted to see. 2 teams battling for finals. GWS just, I think they ran over the top of them. It was just they sort of had too many legs in the end.
Yep.
So Freo got away to like a 15, 20-point lead in just before half time. Then GWS put all the goals on. Then Freo come back and it was just like a seesaw all game. My man Jesse Hogan sealed up the Coleman. with
6
six
goals.
goals for, puts him, I think, 17 in front of the next eligible chaser.
Yep.
Because I'm not counting Kerno, who's 10 or 11 behind because he's not playing. So the Coleman's his. No one's kicking 20 this weekend without him kicking 4 or 5.
And good on him. He actually deserves it. He's had such an outstanding year. He's been the most consistent full forward of the league right through the whole year. And it's not just about kicking goals because he gets a lot of goal assists as well.
Yes, exactly right.
So looks like Tom Green and Andy Brayshaw both have big games. 41 and
Brayshaw
41.
was huge. Probably the standout best. I'd put him above Tom Green.
And then Brent Daniels, 3 goals, 29 disposals, 504 meters gained.
Yeah, huge game. These two were both. It was a high possession game and it was a high athletic game, aerobic game, if that makes sense. They were running back and forward all game.
Quick footy.
But then when it opened up, it was quicker. You thought, they can't keep going. But GWS found another level and just made it quicker footy.
Just
They're definitely
catch up on chat. There's still about the ruckman. I think Anthony Scott, I reckon Sherry is in. Also, if you guys have a chance, have a look at last year's AA team. There's heaps not making it this year. Footy Fanatics got Darcy Cameron, a sneaky chance for All-Australian, and Doc Scott Cameron has been brilliant lately.
he has been good.
I have seen a bit of the AA. I did watch. I think it might have been even Kingy and Kane Corns were talking about it. They were going through the list and they're like, he's out.
14, they reckon, can't make it this year from last year's All-Australian. 14 players, they reckon, are not going to make it.
That's massive.
It's good for the comp, though.
Well, the comp's the most even it's ever been. This is the great thing about it.
And when I was doing my All-Australian early today, it changed about 7 times, and then I sent it to Egi, and it changed again. And it's still, I'm probably going to change next week. Like, it's just based on weekly performances at the moment.
Yeah. Has to be. All right, next game. I feel this was game of the round.
It was a cracker. It was like come down to the dying minutes. They come up with the win, but too little, too late.
I don't know anyone who didn't watch this game.
I watched half of it.
But probably the first half, I wouldn't get it. But then word of mouth happened that Collingwood would come and everyone would have turned that last quarter on. It was an electric game of footy in that last quarter.
It was like the grand final all over again. But Brisbane had a lead on us, and it was a great game nonetheless. But a little too last week.
But they should have pulled it out 4 or 5 ago.
Yeah, or last week they had the win in the bag. Well, technically they were 30 points up and they let that go. So
yeah.
Can I just say I feel like Joe Danaher has a lot to answer for. Yes, he kicked 4 goals, but he's still such a selfish player, and he could be a superstar.
Well, he could be Jesse Hogan of Brisbane.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And teammates respect that. Jesse Hogan's finding more of the ball because they're kicking it to him because he's not.
They're looking for him because they know he's going to win the Coleman. So like, where is he?
No, but they know he's gonna. If there's someone in a better spot, dish it off.
Doc's like, Nick's goal was amazing. My heart almost went. And I said, both of those goals were amazing.
Mate, it's nearly put him back into my All-Australian team. He's in there. That's what got him back in there. That goal.
But Danaher's got to do something about his game. He can't
keep
going on.
It was the same at Essendon. He's been the same for 8 or 9 years.
He does always kick well against Collingwood, though. I've noticed that. Like, he kicked 5 against us last time, and I think I'm not sure how many he did in the grand finals. A few in the grand finals.
But yeah, so they'd look for him a heap more if they knew he was the right option.
But there was a moment up on the wing where he got the ball and then he just did a barrel and it went out on the full, and he had 2 free Brisbane players on the inside, in the centre of 50.
Yeah, but he's seen the open goal square, and that's him.
It's just so frustrating to watch. Like, I don't even follow Brisbane, but it's so frustrating to see an AFL player be so selfish. And if I was a Brisbane supporter, I reckon I'd hate him.
All right. Well, game of the round. Collingwood were amazing late. Dacos was awesome. I thought he's been average all year. He's pulled one out for this game.
Yeah, absolutely. 25 touches, 2 goals, 1.
Yeah.
Massive 5 tackles. So 4 clearances. Huge game by Dacos. Huge.
Artie's also put free kick pies won it, and the Footy Fanatics have been saying it for years. Yeah, you're probably right there. And the
They
Ducks
did
put
get a
Joe as
lot
lazy.
late. They did get a lot of free kicks late. I did see that.
And moving on to the next game, not controversial, but fiery.
Yeah. It was Adelaide versus Port
Well,
Adelaide.
it's always going to be with Collingwood flying over to South Australia for their second game of the day. There's always going to be a bit of fire out of those
Well,
boys.
the funny thing is the last two times Port Adelaide had come out during the week and been like a bit rocky about it and been saying they're going to win and they end up losing. Then Adelaide's come out this week and saying they're going to. The stuff that was Isaac Rankin said something about their supporters and that. Yeah, well, we'll see how his game ended.
No, it was Josh Rochelle.
Oh, Josh Rochelle.
Yeah.
Josh Rochelle saying that Port supporters have no teeth and all this sort of shit. And that's why when he kicked the goal, he ran over and pointed to his mouth. And we saw how that finished.
Yep.
Yeah. So I've got the biggest question was here is where was Eddie this week? I
That's
never hear nothing from Eddie about prison bars. Where is he going? Was he all of a sudden lost his compass? Because I didn't know they were playing in prison bars this year.
I had no idea.
Normally, I know Eddie tells me 4 weeks before.
yeah,
No,
because he's
coming up.
whinging about it.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
But maybe because he's not. Maybe, is he still on Triple M? I know he's not on Fox anymore, and but he does have his own YouTube, so we'll have to check.
But it's all over social media normally. I can't do this. And that's all I hear for months.
And then Koshi comes out and, backfires and fires back, sorry. But
Zach Butters, what a star, hey?
superstar, mate. Superstar.
He's had 10 clearances and 42 touches.
Freak.
Just about had single-handedly get him over the line. They moved Paul Francis forward, kicked 2 goals early in the forward line.
He's got a bit of
He's
X factor
good too.
about him.
He does. He like we were talking earlier on in the season about like guys that'll win the game. He's one of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's pretty good to win.
And he's so young.
Yeah.
I love
21.
watching him.
Yep.
I love watching him stream out of the middle, like just shrug off a player and just run forward with the ball after a centre
We
bounce.
like all those players, though. You got the Reed,
But I don't know. I think it
the
might be his hair though, because I like Ashcroft as well. They've both got like a decent head of hair on him, and it just waves behind him in the background.
just like the wavy hair.
The mullet.
Makes him look quick.
Yeah, so I didn't watch much of this game. Yeah, the lack of hair.
Probably. I have to draw speed stripes on my head.
Yeah, so I didn't really watch much of this game, but I watched the clips and it got pretty fiery. There was a Houston hit, which I think he's in trouble.
I saw a still image, and he actually didn't hit his head.
No,
he hit him
but
on the
it's
front, on the
head
shoulder.
hit in the
His head
ground.
hit the ground,
Yeah.
which has caused the
Well,
concussion.
that's what we were saying. It was play on. When the head hit the ground, he's in trouble now. If that head didn't hit the ground, he wouldn't hear about it. But because-
Rankin will get straight back up.
Yeah, because his action caused his head to hit the ground, he's still in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, I think he'll probably get 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah, well, I reckon it's got to be in between Parker and more than Parker, less than Webster.
Oh, yeah. Because what Webster get? 8?
6, I think.
6, did he? Yep.
Yeah, so it's got to be around 4 or 5.
Imagine
So-
that. You play 3 weeks, you get 5. You get 5 weeks, for one round left and 4 weeks of fine.
Yep.
Yeah, it's EDK. If he gets 4, or if he gets 5, he can't play in the granny. If he gets 4, it's possible.
Yeah, but
They've got to lose the first final and then win from there.
Bloody hell. Unreal. All right, let's keep moving through.
St Kilda Geelong. Now,
Well,
did they
this
come
game
in
was-
in a puff after half
This game was over at half time.
It was. And then
Geelong
old
were-
Ross the boss has turned around and gone, let's get this steam train going.
Well, it's the flick of the switch, which we need him to flick pre-game. Don't wait till half time to flick this switch. Let the kids play like that from get-go.
Yep. Absolutely. It was exciting footy.
No, it was... You just see the run, and that's what they recruited for, the run. But you see in the run, they're too quick for Geelong, run over the top of Geelong. My brother, a Saints supporter, was in bed at halftime.
They've won 4 of the last 5 or 5 of the last 6 games too.
Yeah, but he was gone to bed at halftime. I had to message him and say, he used to watch it. He said, no, St Kilda are in front. Got back up and went and watched it.
AFL are calling minimum 5, and Zoe said that Webster was 7.
It was
Or was he 7, was he? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's when they play like that, they're one of the best teams in the league.
But why can't they? And they can play it for 4 quarters because they were not tired at full time. They were still running.
Yeah, correct. Correct. I don't know what this slow chip and we pick on it every week, but it was fantastic to watch, and especially because I'm not a fan of Geelong. It was great to watch St Kilda to knock them off. Um, they've got some good players coming through. I'm still not sold on anyone who's got genuine X factor yet.
Oh, I am. I've got him.
Except for
Got
Hill.
the man. No, I've got the man.
Not Hill. Who'd they get from Freo?
Lockie Schultz. No, I'm thinking the wrong teams. That's my
No,
bad.
Hunter Clark. I think it was.
Henry.
That's not my man. Rowan
And-
Marshall is a dead set game changer. He had 10 clearances, kicked a goal, and 28 touches out of the ruck.
That's huge. And I suppose he does that pretty consistently.
He does that every week.
And 541 metres gained.
Yeah, the man is a freak, and he should be All-Australian, if not All-Australian ruck, back up All-Australian ruck. That's my X factor.
Still was back to his best as well. 10 tackles, 27 touches, 2 goals, 1. What's this say about the Cats? Anything leading into finals?
I'm waiting to hear from Marty.
Resting.
Saying they're all
I don't know why they would rest at this stage, but
Well, they haven't signed up for a spot.
no, that's well. But you could see they were tired. They were tired late, so Saints used that younger, fitter side and just went over the top.
I suppose they got West Coast next week, so they're pretty much finished up in 4th spot. They're not going to lose to West Coast.
You'd hope they wouldn't, but
I don't think
worse
they
things
would.
have happened.
Mm.
But yeah, they might have rested. I don't know why you would rest. I don't know. If they get 4th, you'd want to be getting 2nd or 3rd, because 4th you've got to go to Sydney. It's a waste of a trip. Might as well forfeit and play back in Geelong the next week.
Yeah, correct.
You'll fly up there and lose up there.
Yeah, I don't know, but it was good to see them lose anyway. And good to see St Kilda win, to be honest.
Yeah, St Kilda's run just too late. They should
Absolutely.
have flicked this
All right.
4 or 5 rounds earlier. They were home.
Next game, I'm assuming you watched maybe some of this game, Moisty?
I watched it during the UFC, but UFC took priority because we were getting pumped. So UFC took a lot of priority over this game. But
in the first few minutes, I thought that I was checking scores. The first 10 minutes or something pretty close, and all through in front for a little bit there.
yeah, North
Could be a good game here, but yeah, end of the quarter.
took off early, and then same as every week, a few bad calls, which you're not blaming.
You lost a couple of players.
Yeah, that was after, but a few bad calls. I think Bulldogs got 3 or 4 of their first goals from free kicks, and free kicks out the middle. Then Comben went down. Then Larky went down. Larky come back on and played with one leg. So it was all downhill from there. Darcy, absolutely amazing. This kid's going to be a star.
Darcy, freak. 7 goals, 20 disposals.
So
303
he
meters.
cost himself the rising star. I think he beats Harley Reid.
Oh, absolutely. I
All
think I
players
picked
are
him from the
eligible.
start.
Yeah, all players eligible. I think Darcy takes it out this year.
Yeah, definitely. Good win by the Dogs, good percentage boost, which will help them moving into the last round.
Well, they can't miss finals now, but they could maybe make top 4.
Depending on how Geelong go. Yeah, Geelong's percentage is crap, but they're not. Again, if West Coast pulls something out of their ass and beat Geelong, well, they could finish as low as 8th.
Yep.
Potentially. So, yeah, huge percentage boost for them. Good signs from them the last 6 to 7 weeks now. They're starting to play. They're playing some really good footy.
They've got the 2nd best percentage in the comp.
Yep.
Well, that's something.
Don't think any team would be looking forward to playing them in finals.
No, same with Hawthorn.
Yeah. Next game, Hawthorn.
So, but you look at it, Port Adelaide, GWS, Hawthorn, they're the informed teams.
Yep.
They're the teams that are coming.
Brisbane have got 2 losses, so they're...
Brisbane have faltered.
Yep.
Dogs have won 6 of their last 7, I think. But GWS, 7 in a row. Just flying.
Yeah, it's huge. Actually, another informed team, St Kilda, but they can't make it.
Yeah, you can't make it. I wasn't going
to. They'll probably knock us off this Sunday.
And cost Carlton finals, potentially.
Potentially, yep. All right, let's look at this game. Hawthorn and Richmond.
Probably the best first quarter performance I've seen from any team in the history of football.
57-1, like that, or?
Yeah, they're up by
57-7. But
massive.
They were quick, they were fast, they were running, and it's the Hawthorn we've come to like watching. But that's probably the best quarter of football I've seen this year.
Artie, you would have been a bit happy standing up in all departments, no doubt.
Yes. Also, just catch up on chat. Doc said the Cats are slow. Zoe's gone, yeah, I think they just had nothing to lose. And she was like, oh, true, I'm not sure. And it's got cat pretenders, straight sets coming if they make
Your cat hate is very on show, Artie, every week.
we should go to Easter Monday going.
It would be. It would be. Another huge game from Newcombe, 33 touches, 1 goal. Warple, 29-2. Jaden Short for the Tigers, 29
So
touches.
the big one for this, me, is the day injury. They don't think they can afford to lose him.
I
He's
agree
been
with that.
massive since he come back, so I'm hoping it's not much, but if he misses in the final series, it'll put them on the back foot.
Oh, they reckon it's broken collarbone.
Hey, you can play well now.
So, broken collarbone. Who was it? Hopper from Richmond pushed him into Newcombe.
Yeah, I've seen the incident, but broken collarbone. What AFL players come back from that? I mean, I was back to work the next week, but I don't.
It's a few weeks. I'm pretty sure it's a few weeks. Anyone in chat know what broken collarbone normally is? I'm pretty sure it's a few weeks though.
I can just put a plate in it and play.
Seal him up and get
I
going.
don't
you
think
reckon?
you need a plate. You normally just strap it. It's going to hurt, but I don't think you can make it any worse, the damage.
Yep. Well, Hawks have got all you guys next week, so that could be another percentage boost for him.
He's going to rest that one. They're not going to play in that one, but
No
I
way.
think they need him to go deep.
Mm.
The Wizard, my boy, the Wizard,
Yes. How did he look today?
he's kicked 3. He had
Accurate?
12 around the game. 3 goals, 1. Yep.
That's good.
And his one just didn't make the distance, got punched through. So,
His second half of the year's been good,
Watson's been on fire.
accuracy wise.
I don't know. They got a steal there, Hawthorn, because I think they picked him up. Pick 9? I want to say.
I think it was
Pick 5. No, pick
I think it was
5.
five.
I think.
It was a first rounder because I thought Collingwood were going to pick him up, but
Yeah.
too hard to get it to pick 18.
Did you guys have a pick in the first round?
I think we're way down the way down the bottom.
Quickest person back in recent times was Steele with 6 weeks. Steele's pretty sure.
6 weeks. So he misses finals, so it's going to be tough for Hawthorn.
It's a big loss for him. Big
Well,
loss.
that was their swing man. They need someone down back. He goes back. He runs in the middle. He's their link player, so going to be a big loss.
Definitely. Last game of the round, West Coast Carlton.
The best Carlton team I've seen all year.
Yeah,
that was a shock.
Let me put this question to you, boys. They've done this. They come out next week, win by a similar margin. Do the players that are so-called stars who haven't won in 6 weeks come back, or do you run with this side in final?
One of them, or
It's
both
hard,
of them
but
could be
it's
back next
straight
week.
up elimination.
This is the thing, though. One or both could be back next week because they both won in 2 weeks.
Yeah. So do you put them back in, or do you stay with these players who've just got you over the line and looked fantastic today, albeit against West Coast?
Their pressure was good. There's probably, I think we're going to have to make 2 changes anyway because Williams and Durden injured.
But they're small players. You're not going to bring Harry and Curnow in for William and Durden.
Well, you would because we've still got the whole team.
Oh, you didn't have any bigs, so yeah.
Correct. But I would leave Kemp forward. He looked fantastic up forward. He was attacking the ball. He was aggressive. He did a nullifying job on Jeremy McGovern and kicked 4 goals himself. Our forward pressure was the best it's been since early in the season. So really pleased.
This is what's there. Because St Kilda did this last year. They're on a massive charge, and then they got their so-called better players back and lost 8 or 9 straight.
Yeah,
so,
you'd still.
But you'd have to bring Kearney back in. You'd have to bring Mackay in.
Yep.
But I'd limit it at those 2. I think I wouldn't bring anyone.
I'd agree with that. But you'd need them to, like, Mackay's pressure's good. Kernow's second efforts have been really poor this year. So he needs to actually look at today's game and see what the other boys around him are doing and actually play that kind of footy.
But he's a second leading goal kicker. You can't keep him either side. He seems to always find a way to kick 3 or 4.
Oh, he does, absolutely. But and that's the thing, he could be better. So that's just my thoughts. But I think Eagles, they're done. They just want the season to be over. So I think Geelong get a pretty big win next week.
I'll put this one to you too. who coaches the Eagles? Because I think we might be getting a Stephen Bradbury thing happen here with Schofield, who's coaching at the moment.
Yeah.
He's going to be last one standing. No
Yeah.
one wants to coach him.
Can you blame him?
Not really, but this next coach, and I think that's what they're getting on. There'll be a coach there for 1 or 2 years that'll build it, get the team going, and then the next premiership coach, if they're going for one, will come in.
Correct. That's normally
This
what
is just
happens.
a caretaker. You're going to get thrown in the mud for 2 to 3 years and then pissed off.
But they had who's your coach? Forget his name. LC Clarkson on SEN on Friday, and he was saying, I don't know why that someone doesn't take only 18 coaches in the comp and what up for.
Well, that's it. Like if someone who's not coaching at the moment goes there and coaches and performs, it's just like at least they're giving you a platform to perform.
It could be a.
I know it's probably harder to go from here over to the west, but like I'm pretty sure West Coast got pretty money behind it. Got such a good fan.
And it's a chance to prove yourself where a lot of coaches don't get that chance.
I think it's a tough one. It could be a Brendan Bolton situation when he went to Carlton.
Yeah.
He just had to be there to develop the players' relationships with each other more so than a game plan. Put the team out there, build the confidence of the players, like make them really, really good friends so they don't leave, which we've seen the evidence of now, and prepare it for that premiership coach to come in.
But then there's a other way there. You're not getting, so say I'm coaching down at Seymour and I'm not getting a chance and they offer me the gig. That's a chance to go, what if I go up there and win a flag with the players we've got now?
Oh, correct. I think
next contract's $2 million and floating across.
But I don't know. I don't think they've got a lot of young guys on their list that are any good.
No. Oh, they got Reed.
They've got a few. They've got Edwards in the back line. They've got Reed.
They've got Allen.
He's youngish, yeah. He's the captain though, as well. So I don't really know too many other younger players that's on their list. They've still got some premiership players playing for them from 2018.
Yeah, so they're going to have to do some recruiting as well, which clean slate.
Yeah, well, they're going to lose
who you
Barras. Most likely going to lose Barras from what I hear. Henry,
he's gone.
Ryan, sorry. And apparently they've said that no players off the table.
Oh, so they could be throwing a heap around. Well, that's probably what you want when you're coming in as a brand new coach. You get a clean slate. You tell us who you want. You tell us who you don't want. We'll get the team you want to coach.
Yeah. I actually, just to catch up on chat here. So Artie's got Doc, 6 weeks is what they said today. Artie, what topped the weekend was Essendon 7,286 plus 365 equals losing and can't make finals. I'm not reading that last bit out, Artie. Sil's got, you would bring both Kerno and Mackay. Williams might just be a cramp. Now, they said hamstring, I think they towards the end of the game, Sil. Sil, haven't seen that Carlton hunger since we played Geelong. Agreed. Sil, Cripps take a effing bow. Agreed. And then Harley Reid needs a coach that can put him in his place.
Yeah, but you got to be careful with that too, because if you put him in his place and he doesn't like it, he's gone.
Yeah, but that could be just a Horn Francis situation too.
Yeah.
So it's a tough one, but he does need to sort of realise, yes, he's a number one pick. Yes, he's been playing really good footy, but it's his first year in the system.
All right, we better leave that now because we are not flying along nicely tonight.
No, we're not. All right.
All right. And we got Moisty's minutes, so there's no intro coming up because we got a bit of surprise up behind us. So let me know.
Yeah, we've got my All-Australian team. We've got a lot of talk about All-Australian. So we've got the back line up first. Across the back, we've got Lockie Whitfield, Jeremy McGovern, and Sicily. Then Houston, Andrews, and Zorko. So I've put players in positions they play, or tried to put them in positions. So that's my back line. The full back, that was hard. We could have had 5 or 6 players in there. Wilkie, Carlton, got his name, but he could have been there too. Then we've got our mids. Wiedering, that's the man. Then we've got our mids. We've got Goulden on one wing, Lockie Neal in the middle, who's been outstanding the last few weeks, and Ambrosio on the other wing.
It's D'Ambrosio. Massimo D.
Yeah, I know. I run out of space. Massimo D'Ambrosio. I don't know why the dot's there.
MD Ambrosio. I think you got it.
I got the dot in there I don't know why I got the dot in there.
Spelling's not Todd's strong point, Eggy.
No.
All right, leave him alone.
I used the cheat sheet. Then we've got our forwards. So we've got my boy Sheasel, Waterman, and Heaney was out of Heaney and Warner, but I think Heaney fit in the forward line better than Warner. Stengel, Hogan, and Dylan Moore has been absolutely outstanding in the last 6 weeks. The pressure in the forward 50.
Oh,
Been
look, I'm in
awesome.
the forward line too. No. I was just trying to make me disappear so they can see Hogan behind me.
Do you think Waterman has missed too many games though?
I don't know, but he's my boy. He's sneaking into mine. I think his attack and his hunger is outstanding, and I've got Jesse Hogan as the outstanding full
Can I
forward.
ask you a question before you move on? Where is Nick Dacos, Todd?
No, he's coming. He's coming. So then
must be a follower.
No, we've got our followers next. So we've got Cherry as the ruckman, interchangeable with Marshall, but he's coming up. Bontempelli and Cripps. Couldn't leave Cripps out, couldn't leave Bont out. Those two have been outstanding all year. Then we go to our bench, and you'll find Dacos down there in the sub. I could not fit him in the team, boys.
Not even at the interchange.
Could not fit him in. We've got him down there in the sub to make these Collins supporters happy. But then I've got Marshall to back up Cherry, Warner because I couldn't fit him on, Merritt and Young, just so we've got someone from Fremantle.
Huge,
Yeah, that's
mate.
my
Big
all
call.
Australian. So Nick Dacos, I think he's been a bit average all year. So he sneaks in as a sub.
Kick him while down, you reckon, eh?
That's it. That's it. Oh,
yeah.
Wilkie. Yes, Zoe Wilkie was nearly in there.
Would you not have Sarong over Young?
I saw that.
I argued, but then Young, I think, can play more positions.
True.
If I need him off the halfback, he can float off the halfback. If I need him in the midfield, he can go in there.
Yep. And do you think Warner's been I'm just challenging you a bit. Has Warner been consistent enough? I would probably have Dacos over Warner.
No. Has Dacos been consistent enough? Warner's
I think
been
so.
better than Dacos this year.
I think so. Absolutely.
There was more I could have fit in there. I could have fit Tom Green in there. My captain. I don't think I said captain.
Surely Cribs.
No, Bontempelli's the captain. Marcus Bontempelli, I think he's the game winner as well.
How hard was the exercise though?
Oh, mate, I thought it was going to be easy. I changed. There was like 6 or 7 different positions. I still haven't fit every. If I could do a 44, we'd be better. But the back line was probably the hardest point.
They said that this year.
The back line. I'm like, who do you take out? I couldn't make Storko out there. Zorko's been outstanding since
He's been amazing off halfback.
Houston's probably Port Adelaide's best player.
Yep.
McGovern's probably kept West Coast from losing by 100 points every week.
Yep.
Whitfield's been outstanding. Sicily, I can't. His backline's hard. Hope till you do
hard.
one.
It is very hard. Very hard.
That's my All-Australian team this year.
Do you want to do yours next week, Egi?
Pardon?
Do you want to do yours next week?
Oh, I don't know if I've got the time for that.
That's all right. I can do one.
All right, we'll get Tassie to do one next week.
Okay. Well, because remember, we're all away in Sydney this weekend.
Oh yes.
Yes.
So are we doing the show on Monday night instead?
Are you not back, are you? Or
Yeah, we fly home 6. We can do it Sunday. Maybe talk about this after the show because
Okay.
we're live.
Good point.
Well,
Good point.
The viewers need to know.
Keep an eye on our socials.
I just assumed we'll be back. My apologies.
That's funny. Keep an eye on our socials, fam.
All right, but yeah, that's Moisty's minute done. So now
was
we're
gonna
diving
say
into Eggy's deep dive. And last week we spoke about our opinions on GOAT players, and Gary Ablett Jr. was one of our top contenders. But this week, by our host command, we are diving into the top pick for players drafted after 50. Now, I'm just going to push the thing, so we have a little intro here. Not by choice, but just we're talking about
the All Australian.
the All Australian. But yes, yeah. For mine, I went through. I didn't dive real deep into it, but the number ones I got were Dane Swan was pick 58 in 2001. Then we got James Hird for pick 79 in 1990. Lachie Neale for pick 58 in 2011. And I think Taz has gone a lot more in depth than I.
Well, you've got don't take off what you've written next to him
Oh,
either.
no, that's all right. Yeah, so Swanee's won a premiership. He's a Brownlow, and he's got a Hall of Famer. James Hird's got a Brownlow. He's got 2 premierships, a Hall of Famer, and Lachie Neale's got two Brownlows, and yet to be a premiership, but he's really, really close.
Possibly premiership and a 3rd Brownlow this year.
And is that the order of yours?
I just went through because yeah.
Okay.
Probably for preference, it probably would be. I'd actually might even have Lachie Neale over James Hird. But I never really saw James Hird play. That's the only thing. But just by name, known by coach, and by the media.
It's funny. I had the exact same three.
Yep.
You're going to find it hilarious because they're my three as well.
Oh yeah, because
they're the three.
You look back at the tips and you go, like in the drafts, and you're googling and like there's no one that really stood out.
Yeah.
So there's going to be more coming up because I'll put my honourable mention. Larky was picked 77. He's going to be okay.
Robbie Gray.
Yeah. But these three are the obvious three.
Absolutely. And just to add to the accolades that you've mentioned already, Egi, James Hird also had a Norm Smith medal, 3 Anzac Day medals, a Rising Star nomination. He played 253 games and kicked 343 goals as a mid-half forward. Lachie Neale, obviously still going, he's played 265 games already. Looks like a 350 minimum game player. He's kicked 124 goals. That's the part of his game he's improving on this year.
Yep.
I think
Yep. He's already had 3 All-Australians, and he was also voted the AFLCA best player once. Yep. And then Swanee, one of my favourite players. He was 5 times All-Australian. 2 Anzac Day medals, and he was the 4-time leading goal disposal leader for the league throughout his career, throughout Collingwood's premiership year, and 258 games for 211 goals as a midfielder.
What I did notice is those 3, they all had Lee Matthews trophies or awards. What are they?
I don't know.
Okay, sweet. I bring it up because I thought you might know, but all good.
I'm pretty sure isn't the Lee Matthews award that's for the coaches voted best player?
Oh, I'm not sure. So yeah, fill us in and chat.
So the coaches award gets the Lee Matthews medal. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Yeah, not too sure.
I would just like to put shout out to the Moorabbin Kangas who bombed out in the finals for 2024. Both teams just weren't able to get the job done from 4th position.
Yeah, it's hard when you finish 4th.
I've got a story for that. We at ours, we've got the under 15s Lang Warren team. They've only got four people in their squads. In their sorry, not in their squad. Four teams in their division, and they come 4th, and they hadn't won a game all season, but because there's only 4 in the season, they end up making it to the finals, and now they've beaten the 2 third and the second, and they're in the grand final.
Oh my god! So they've been tanking all year.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're getting pumped by like 100 points, 60 points. They hadn't won a game all year, but now they made it to a grand final. I thought it was hilarious.
That's insane.
I'm backing them. We're going to follow them this weekend.
They might have got players back from higher leagues as well. I believe you can do that.
Oh, they could have, but yeah. No, it was real. Like I watched it till halftime before the Pearsdale under 17s play, and I think it was something like 13-2 or something like that. So it wasn't like a high scoring. It's like a knuckle down.
Now, boys, I was close. I just had a message about this, and I was close. It's for the Players Association Award.
Yeah.
Coaches, I've got it. Well, missed by one. It's the Players Voted Award.
That's good.
So that's probably even
really
better because the players are out there.
There was another player that I just wanted to mention, and that's Chris Grant. So he played for the Western Bulldogs.
100 or something, wasn't he?
105, 150th pick in the 1988 draft. He had the most. He actually should have won the Brownlow medal in 1997. However, he got suspended for a controversial suspension as well, from all reports that I read. 3 times All-Australian, Hall of Famer, 341 games. And what's impressive, though, he's 341 games. He kicked 554 goals, but he was primarily a centre-half back for the Dogs. Yeah. But he did get thrown forward, so it was the ultimate swingman. So I just thought that's imagine, look at that. That's pick 105.
Pick 105 if you get a gem like that.
That's pretty good too, almost winning a Brownlow being a centre-half forward. It's always been a mids game before.
It's a midfielder award, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You have had some obscurities where you've had, Adam Goods and Goods some other ruckmans and things like that win the Brownlow. What was that?
Goods is a midfielder.
Well, he's a ruckman.
Played ruck.
But he
But
won the
he
Brownlow
was
as a ruckman.
makeshift ruck from
Yes.
the midfield.
It still
He's
was.
like Cripps.
Still
Put
no
Cripps in the
way he was
midfield.
like
He put
Cripps.
Cripps in the ruck today. If he wins the Brownlow, he's not a ruckman winner, Taz. He's
No, but Adam Goods played
midfield.
ruck for a whole
Yeah,
season.
but dominantly, but he wasn't a ruckman.
He was a
He was a
Gonna go.
makeshift ruckman because they'd run out of options.
That's it. I am Googling this right now.
So Dustin Martin has had, Cripps has had 80 hitouts this year. Doesn't
Oh,
make
his
it.
position's a utility.
Yeah. Because he goes everywhere. But he's
Cripps is a
like,
midfielder.
it's like, what do you call Geelong? Help me over the line here.
Blitzarves.
Blitzarves. What's
Utility.
Blitzarves? Yeah, exactly. That's what he was.
Yep. Oh, here. In 2003, Goods returned to the ruck position for significant parts of the year in what became his best season.
Yeah, significant parts, not the whole season.
What if Alex has got up the mighty Pirates?
All right, now that we're getting lost again. So now
We
we'll go
are.
to, the next segment, which is viewer questions. Thanks again, Eggy, for another deep dive.
That's
It
all
was
right.
another-
Well,
another
thank
good
you,
one.
awesome.
Taz. Thanks, Taz.
Thanks to
That was
Taz.
just a
Mate,
suggestion.
No, I thought you threw it in there, so all your hard work didn't go in for nothing.
The Footy Fanatics has spoken, Tassie. Goods was a second ruck behind Jolly and Mike Pike.
I don't know who the Footy Fanatics is, but piss off. No, I'm
Secondary
joking.
ruck. He was a midfielder ruck.
Oh, George Speechley. Kemp could be the new forward. I think he started typing that half an hour ago, guys.
Yep.
Yeah,
Well,
George,
I
we
think it was
were
probably
saying
half
that.
an hour ago, just to put that in.
Yeah, I love it. But I agree with you, George. Hashtag dad. Okay, so bit quiet on the questions this week, guys. So please submit questions if you have them, because this segment isn't as good. It doesn't work without you guys submitting a question. So
Taz won't ask mine when I put them on there. So
but I'd like to say thank you to Doc for sending in a question this week. Is Collingwood's season still alive, and is Darcy Cameron in all Australian form?
No, and no.
okay, I've got no the season alive, but I don't think the season's been alive for 5 or 6 weeks.
It was all coming down to this week, to this today, and we needed like one of these teams to lose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you
All three of
needed
them won.
the 2 or 3 weeks ago show some form when you weren't.
Yeah,
And
you also
Darcy
need-
Cameron, sorry,
and they also are a fair way behind in percentage. So even
that's
if
what I mean.
do
They needed to
next
get a
week-
game in front.
Yeah. All right, Dad. I was only joking.
Then we've got Cameron is an All Australian, and I just rattled 5 ruckmen ahead of him, so I don't know if he can make that size.
I couldn't put Gorn. I couldn't put Gorn like him behind, him in front of Gorn or Sherry or Marshall.
And I think you've got Grundy earlier was better, and now Cameron's coming better now.
I think he's at least in the conversation for the 44 though.
They still only do 2 rucks in the 44 though. They still only do 2 rucks in the 44.
Is there one in the 22 or is it 2?
I think they normally do 2. 2 or 1. They see how the people are feeling, but there's normally only 2 rucks in the 44 and sometimes 2 rucks in the 22.
And speaking of rucks, I might get old Georgie Gorn to sing us a bit of tune this week, as he likes to sing the Collingwood Magpie theme song, and that seems to be playing Demons this weekend. I'm going to get.
I love it. I love it.
So I guess we're
Okay.
all going no and no for that question.
Yeah.
What if I said, you boys should check out a book called The Immortals by Andrew Clark. Great read.
Is it an audio book? Because
I
I
think
don't
I
read.
heard
is
of
it-
that.
Is it anything to do with this talking about?
I'm
Just
Googling
curious,
now.
Just curious.
The
Yeah, but-
Immortals of Australian Football.
But the
Oh,
Collingwood
is that what it's called? Or
season,
is-
a couple of weeks ago, I think they were done. And Darcy Cameron, he's had a good season, but I don't think you can put him on because he had a lot of time off as well.
Oh, it looks like a great book. So basically, it names the best of the best 18-strong lineup of AFL players. Each Immortal player named is profiled in a dedicated chapter with career stats, multiple action images. Sounds good. I might have to look into
we
that.
might get into that. Well,
Well-
viewers' questions went a lot quicker than I thought they were going to be, Tassie, because we sped ahead when we probably shouldn't have.
It just
Well,
took.
we thought the All Australian was going to go for a bit longer, but as long as we thought.
But that's okay. We can
That's
finish
good.
early for once too.
Yeah,
You can finish
I
early.
finished
Well,
early
I
a lot,
was-
just ask my
we-
wife.
I was going to talk about the All Australian, but I thought we could sit there for fucking 45 minutes chatting about that.
Yeah.
It's all right. This heat is
Actually,
killing me.
I know Brotsel loves to do his All Australian, so send in yours as well.
Yeah, we might get to yours next week if you can do one for us, Brozza. We'll put it up the same time as Taz, and we'll compare how wrong Tazzy is.
Or anyone else wants to do one, feel free to send it in.
And maybe if you send it in earlier, we can put it on our socials and get some feedback.
Yes.
Love that. Tag you guys as well. Egi, tips.
Tips. Back to the tips. Let's go.
Thanks to another tough round of footy and a majority of punters tipping Gold Coast at home, we have jackpotted to $40 this week.
Yes. So it is the last week to catch the money, but I should have asked before, but I was going to bring it up now. Should if it doesn't go off, should we just give the best tipper of the round a free shirt? We're going to give the money away.
Oh, I like that idea. Free t-shirt.
So two free t-shirts next weekend.
Yes, next weekend. So whoever gets the top tips and their messages in the show, we'll give you a shirt if you shout out.
Yeah, well, we'll be live either during the show or if you watch it after YouTube and find out, just let us know.
Yep, send us a bit. All right.
Oh, you're going to go through the list, mate?
Yep.
I'm excited.
So, most people picked Geelong and Gold Coast, which has made it go off again. But we've got Go Cats out in front, and Hayley J is just behind them on 131. She picked Carlton, so she got one up on them. Also, we're dropping down, looking at the list. Will Arms down at 8th. Hull Blues is 7th. We've got Taz there at 12th still. Some of these could have changed too. I'm looking at the old lists for the finalisation of the game. Yeah, and we had Craigie down at 17th. But yeah, I think Taz dropped down to 13th, and Will dropped down to 10th. But Carl Blues went up to 4th as well, so it's still pretty tight. I think it's.
Do we know Go Cats 21?
No, we don't know.
No, so Hayley.
Yeah, Hayley's looking like the big contender at the moment.
Hayley and I know Carl Blues.
Yeah, I thought you might.
Yeah. So one thing that you're not coming 10th in though, Eggy.
That?
You're in the grand final of our classic Supercoach against yours truly,
yes.
Sil.
Sil, am I? Let's go, Sil.
Good night, George. Yeah, Sil versus Eggy.
Sil versus Eggy in our classic Supercoach.
I'll give you a hot tip, Sil. I got no trades left, so whatever team I put out this week is the team we're going to have next
week. Same team.
I
can give you some. I've still got 12, I think. Or 20 trades.
You can't even log in and give it to me.
I think he's the same, actually. And I think it's myself against my stepbrother Nick in the fantasy.
For the grand final for that one?
Yes,
come on, win it back, because I'm pretty sure he's won the last two comps. That'd be good to.
Yeah, I think he's going to beat me too. I had a look at his score today.
He won last year too, didn't he?
Mine scored 5,200 and he scored nearly 6,000.
Can we still do trades? You want any of my players?
He doesn't watch the show, but if Jack's watching, I wanted Cripps 3 weeks ago. But no, and just looking at our money league for that one when it comes to the classic, I'm ranked 21st overall.
I'm like 40th, I think.
In front of me.
D Max Dandies, so that's Daniel. He's 5th. He's the only one I know on this list. But we've got Hackers 180, who's Ben, Captain Crom, Phil, Nigel Bergstein in 3rd, Riley, Daryl's Dickheads, Bo in 4th, and then Daniel D-Max.
And this is why, if you're going to sign up next year, it's important to fill out those forms so we can get a hold of you when you win.
But yeah, we'll wait to see when the season's over. They might to us.
Yeah, absolutely. Otherwise, it's going to go right down to, D-Mac. But again, that'll be me reaching out to him, which we wanted to try and avoid. So, we'll see how we go. So I'm sitting on, I'm 22nd. Eggy, you're 21st.
Oh, and I jumped it, did I?
Hurdy's 29th, Artie's 31st, and Moisty is 32nd out of 30.
Moisty's doing pretty good if he hasn't changed his team for 6 months.
This is true. Hang on, Artie, why have you got 2 teams? They're both shit, but why have you got 2 teams?
No, Supercoach, I'm all right. I just haven't looked at them.
Maybe
Supercoach fine.
Maybe he had one for his wife as well.
All right, so we'll just quickly before we knock off too, we've got our new premiership favourites. Sydney Swans have come back into premiership favourites, with GWS sitting second and Port Adelaide third.
Oof.
Why
Carlton
do
from
you want to
eighth.
bring that up? Because your prediction.
Well, one of us tipped Sydney to finish on top. Well, we'll go through them later. But
Yeah,
I was just getting that up. But I've tipped Sydney GWS for the grand final, and then the two favourites to make it.
They are at the moment, and they're both in good form.
Yep.
Both in good form.
I'm pretty sure you even said Richmond to get the wooden spoon, and we all.
I did take
we all laughed
Richmond.
at you.
Everyone laughed at me for that. Everyone laughed at me for the Sydney grand final, mate.
Who was your Brownlow pick again?
No, Nick Dacos. That's not happening.
Oh,
Do you know what though? Richmond, if they knock off the Gold Coast Suns next week, and you get absolutely thumped by Hawthorn,
Can't
you
happen.
might get the spoon.
Can't happen. Richmond aren't going to beat Gold Coast.
You never know, mate.
Yeah,
You never.
I
know.
think they'll tank that Richmond. They need the pick.
Beautiful. What a show!
Yeah, that's another one done, boys.
other one.
I'm excited for next week. The big giveaway.
And the end of the home and away season. And
Double
the
giveaway.
finals.
All right, boys. Sunday or Monday next week. Quick chat. I think we do Sunday. We'll be home early Sunday.
Will we?
I
Yeah.
will be. So I know I'll be.
Oh,
home
no.
early.
No, we're flying. All right, Monday. Monday next week.
What
We're
time's
flying
our flight?
late,
I don't know what time our flight is. Let me do a quick
Yeah.
check on the fly. This is how professional we are.
Well, it's better to get it now while everyone's here. So.
Oh, our flight's at like 8 a.m. Yeah, we'll be sweet.
Yeah, that's what I thought so. Yeah.
Oh,
Next
well,
week, Sunday, days won't change, boys. We'll be here.
Yep. We're good. We are good. Love it.
good.
Perfect.
I might be celebrating in the blue and white, or I could be devastated as a grand final loss.
Let's hope it's the first option.
Yeah, the first option. All right, thanks for another show, boys. Let's hope next week's an explosive round of footy.
Yeah.
Peace all.